Yeah, it's not recording. Okay, now I got me. Why is it not recording you? Okay, talk again. Try now. Oh, that's not it. Headphone. Try now. Oh, say something again.
Oh.
Yeah, we're there. We got it. We got it. We made it.
Oh shit.
We made it, guys. We made it. Okay.
Yeah.
God damn. Maybe the stream won't be, maybe the recording won't be totally imbalanced and fucked like it was for the last episode.
Yeah. Fuck.
Anyway,
Oh, what was
yeah.
wrong with it?
You guys were really quiet and I was really loud. Yeah, it's normally my fault, but tonight we were like, we did TV and dinner, which we don't usually do. Usually dinner's at the table. But we've been watching Avatar, and the kids, we had just finished season 2, and the kids were really excited. So we watched season 1 while we ate dinner, or season 3, episode 1. And then we watched the second one, and then that's probably where I should have stopped. But then the third episode was the Painted Lady, and they really wanted to watch that one. I was like, okay, fine, but we got to have a quick bedtime routine, right? And they're like, yeah. They're liars.
So I take it they're big fans of Tolkien.
Yeah, so.
The other Avatar. The better Avatar. Actually, I don't know. I've never seen Avatar.
Oh, that's the blue people one, right?
Yeah, the James Cameron one. I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
I saw the first one, and I don't know. I did those are the weirdest things because they make billions of dollars. Everybody sees them, but I never hear anybody talk about them. It's there's 0% of the science fiction zeitgeist.
That's fine.
Right?
People enjoy them. That's all that matters. People
it's fine. It's just weird for something that popular to have like no discussion.
Not really, though. It's more that like Star Wars has an outsized amount of discussion. I mean, think about it. Do we really need to know who Wilrow Hood is? No.
I mean, that happened over decades. That kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is like, for one, Avatar hasn't been out for decades, and for two, well, a decade.
Well, it has.
Yeah, and for two, like, Star Wars and to a lesser degree Star Trek are such giant outliers that it's like it's kind of wrong to judge everything by them.
You know, it might also be the circle I'm with because like everybody I ever talk to, whenever I say Avatar, they immediately go to Airbender. They don't go. They never go to like when you say Avatar, the default understanding is you're talking about Airbender, and if you're talking about blue people, you have to specify blue people. It's like there's Avatar, and then there's the Avatar with the blue people.
Yeah, but also you really should be calling it Last End Airbender or Legend of Korra, because otherwise, even if you're talking Avatar, it's like, wait, which Avatar are you talking about?
Yeah, now they're coming out with another one supposedly this year. So
yeah, so like if you think about it in that sense, then if you're talking blue people, you're talking Avatar. If you're talking bald people, you're talking Last Airbender. If you're talking cold people, you're talking Legend of Korra.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, we should talk about the episode and should say that, hi, I'm surprised, even after you were saying, yeah, you're probably not going to hear from me until April. No, I'm back. My assignment ended early, and I'm very glad to be home. Everything ended fine. I'm not fired or none of that. If I was, we wouldn't be recording. I would be like, I got to spend all my time looking for a job. But that didn't happen, so don't worry. Saw some neat stuff, went some neat places, ate some neat food. But by and large, yeah, I'm really glad to be home. Anyway, welcome to Wait Out Play Outcast, Survivor Podcast, One Night of Living Geeks Network. We're going to be talking about season 50. Wait, L? Season L?
Yeah, it's just L.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was trying. I had. Oh, yeah. I'll give you the mnemonic in a minute here. Episode 1, Epic Party. The mnemonic for the weirder things, the weirder whatchamacallums, Roman numerals. All right, think of a V, right? That's a 5.
Yeah.
Now, Well, actually, think of 10. That's an X. Chop that X in half. What do you got? You got a V. That's 5. Now take a C and make it all. You can't carve a curve, so it's straight lines. Now that C is 100. Chop that in half. What do you got? You got an L. That's 50. And then 500 you don't use very often, so you don't really need to worry about that too much. But anyway, so think of it that way. Half of C is 50. Half of Anyway, sorry. Yeah, it's an interesting little thing. Half of 10 is V. There you go. Anyway, we're even talking, like I said, about season 50's premiere episode. I didn't even remember who was on my team for half of it.
We did draft a year, like a month ago.
Yeah, and when we drafted, what was kind of neat was we didn't know what tribes anyone would be on. We just kind of. And additionally, I still don't know who Abigail is. Like, I remember David versus Goliath. I don't remember anything about Abigail.
Abigail?
Yeah.
Is it Abigail?
There's no Abigail in the season.
Andrea?
Nope.
I thought her name started with an A. Who's the one from David versus Goliath then?
David versus Goliath.
What Beavers are.
Oh God, this is not a good start.
Well, and Angelina, that's like the only other A.
Oh,
Besides
okay.
Aubrey.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure she was the one that asked about, no, it was Chris, no, was it her or Christy that asked, like, can I have your coat? Like, I remember that.
That was Angelina, yeah.
Okay, I remember that. I don't remember anything else about David versus Goliath, except that was Mike's season. That was his season to win, because at that time people thought, oh, Mike, you, a long time ago, you wrote School of Rock. And now he's written a bunch of other stuff. People are like, oh, Mike, let's talk about White Lotus for half of this episode.
Yeah, now he's a goat. However good he plays, I'm not saying out the gate that he's going to be a bad player.
Right.
However good he plays, he's a goat.
I'll say, before we get to the episode recap real quick, I'll say I think Mike stands a chance because these people are doing it for gameplay reasons. Like, these are people who are, well, I was about to say, oh, they won't get all hurt if somebody betrays them. They will, especially a certain one that I'm sure we'll be talking about. But I think that they'll respect him if he does gameplay stuff. They'll respect him. Anyway, let's go into the episode recap real quick. It is a long one because, good God, this episode was also a long one. We are recording here on Friday because on Thursday I thought, yeah, I should have time to watch this and Star Trek. Watch Star Trek first because I was like, cool, I can make up some popcorn and watch it, and then watch Survivor. And then at the Tribal Council, I realized I still had 40 minutes left. I was like, yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to do this in one night. So anyway, I will do this one as quickly as I can. Montage. We got ourselves a montage, immediately followed by a circle jerk between Jeff and the players. The colors are purple, teal, and orange, meaning that we won the color vote. Alas, we did not win the rice or supply votes, and players got neither. So let's sit back and enjoy the inevitable death spiral. Vatu gets off to an early lead in the Maroon Challenge, with Kahlo making it closer with their big muscles, but they and Sela both lose. Coach, Ozzy, and Q are sent on an island to fight for supplies. Coach and Ozzy squash a 15-year beef. Ozzy blasts off to an enormous lead early, but he can't figure out how to fling a floppy stick. Luckily for him, Coach's stick snaps, and Q's is trash. Ozzy is able, after 45 minutes, to knock the key off its perch, but it's old man Coach who claims the key. Looks like beef's back on the menu, boys. Ozzy and Q then discover that Exile Island as well is on the menu. Later, we get a much improved version of the prisoner's dilemma, in which Q and Ozzy have to buy supplies at the cost of their vote. Q pays the price, and Ozzy has an extra vote as a result. On Vatu, Colby and noted anti-Semite Stephanie immediately align against Rizzo. Things are awkward between Aubrey and Genevieve. Vatu appears to be the heavy gamer tribe, and everyone is being very cutthroat and silent or whatever until later on. The initial alliance appears to be Colby, Genevieve, Kyle, and noted anti-Semite Stephanie. with Kyle wanting Q to be their fifth. Morale is high on Kahlo, and Mike is unexpectedly ripped. Everyone loves Jonathan. Mike keeps mentioning White Lotus, soon to be available on Paramount Plus. Now that we're going to be going from 4 mega media corporations down to 3, as Skydance buys Warner Brothers and all of its properties. Hooray, monopoly. Between Charlie, Coach, and D, Kahlo is becoming the feet on main tribe. Camilla is aligning herself with D and Tiff because they want to be the Chaos Goblins together. And honestly, I love that for all of them. We're about halfway through. Still seems to love another tough. Oh,
you
wow.
were doing so good.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, I love one another. It got deleted. Scylla seems to love one another, though no one knows anything about Savannah. Thankfully, Savannah and Rick are on the same tribe, and we very well may get a news desk alliance. Jenna is playing hard, and it's not going unnoticed. Rick is courting Christian, and the feeling is mutual. When Ozzy comes back without supplies, it's Christian who sciences the shit out of some glasses to make an effortless fire. At immunity, Kyle tweaks his ankle climbing the wall, but Scylla is so hopeless that it doesn't matter. Kyle has an enormous lead on the puzzle and wins in a walk-off. Vatu takes second. The story we have been fed so far is competing alliances on Scylla, pitting Jenna versus Siri. Ozzy rides hard for Siri because she is his surrogate brain, and at first things are going his way. But Emily and Rick start throwing Ozzy's name out as a wacky, crazy idea. The equivalent of, hey, what if we kissed? I'm just joking, but like, wouldn't it be crazy though? And I'm definitely joking, unless you're into it. I'm kidding. Unless Christian talks sense into everyone, saying that starting a season pissed off at one another is a bad idea and requesting consensus. Consensus is met and Jenna is unanimously voted out. But then we get an entire bonus episode. Kyle is feeling better after some rest. Let's put an asterisk on that. Genevieve finds an idol with noted anti-Semite Stephanie. Rizzo comes around and she flees to read it to Kyle, only to find out that it's Billie Eilish's boomerang idol. She gives it to Ozzy because he was blindsided in the past and may be again. And he very well might be, but also, I mean, at this point, man, the rich just get richer. And oof, what a deserving person. We're treated to another Exile Island competition, and Colby, Mike, and Savannah draw rocks, and Mike immediately goes back to his tribe, leaving Colby and Savannah to play PvP Jenga. Savannah builds wide, and Colby builds tall, strategies being determined by their height. Colby and Savannah make good impressions on one another, Colby losing his vote, and Savannah wins a block of vote, unknown to anyone, and there's still 15 friggin' minutes left, my God. Luckily, there's only about 4 more sentences. Mike tells Coach what Colby said that Ozzy said, and now there's a war on. Savannah tells everyone that she kept her vote, but doesn't give them the information on her advantage, and not one person believes her. Q is in the middle of explaining blackjack to his tribe when Jeff comes to determine if Kyle blew his Achilles tendon out or not. But since they're even showing it, I was 99% sure he was being evacuated, and he was. Everyone is sad. What a way to end an episode, Jeff. Couldn't put it in the middle of episode 2. Gotta go out on a bummer.
I mean, there's 24 players. they've got to take the double outs when they can.
That's true. I mean, you know, honestly, even as I was saying that and writing that, I hadn't considered it, and you really, yeah, that's a good point. But
and
also,
I get why it's at the end too. It doesn't fit the narrative for the episode because his tribe didn't go, so it makes sense. But still, yeah, it was weird that there's like a whole episode after Tribal.
Yeah, usually it's just straight to the aftercare or straight to credits, and then the next episode starts with aftercare. This we got, actually, come to think of it, we didn't get any aftercare. We did not see a whole lot of Stila.
Got 3 from this.
That's true. For a while, I was like, is this after Tribal or not? But it very clearly is because Jenna's not there for those shots.
Yeah.
So it's going to be weird. We're going to start next episode. Usually the episode starts with like trudging back from Tribal and talking about it. Are we going to skip that because we see what happens after? Because Kyle would be there. But we know Kyle's not. It's going to be weird starting next episode.
Get to see everybody go when they see that he's gone.
Yeah, well, that'll be a deserved surprise because I feel like a sprained ankle, which was the initial diagnosis after they did all the preliminary tests at the challenge. Sprained ankle, you wouldn't expect someone to. You would definitely expect them to hobble around like that, but you wouldn't be expecting them to be evacuated. The Achilles tendon blowout thing, oof, that's rough. That's a bad beat.
Yeah,
But
he posted a video actually today. Or was it yesterday?
yeah,
Yesterday. He posted a video yesterday of like the 3 months of rehab he's been doing, like walking around New York with a cane and a walker.
oh
And he's like, yeah, it was completely torn. It was fucking shredded. They made the right call pulling him.
yeah, and I'll say this as well. It gives him cover, carte blanche, whatever word you want to say, to be in a future season, right? Like if they do another, we're going to have some returning players. It just makes sense. Yeah, let's have Kyle come back, and like that was an unfortunate way for it to end. If he wants to still do it, whatever. So he could come back.
Yeah, I think
he's young enough. He might be able to come back in like 15 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
do a medevac season.
Yeah. Oh, and then someone injures themselves a second time. It's funny. I had forgotten that there was a player, and I'm blanking on her name now, who was voted out first, and then they brought her back for a season. She was voted out first again.
The fuck was her name?
Yeah, I'm blanking on her name.
I don't remember.
And I'm just like, wow, that is terrible luck. Strictly speaking, like I've heard her talk, and she's a very successful lawyer and very interesting person. But she is also statistically the worst Survivor player of all time. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of bad luck, though, this was. Oh, sorry, you go, Brian.
You go. Oh.
Well, I was just gonna say, to be fair, they gave Ozzy that idol because they figured he was going to be too cocky to use it, and it would get voted out.
Yeah, I like Genevieve was like, he was really fucking stupid with an idol last time he had one. Let's do it again.
Yeah, and like, here's the thing: she, objectively speaking, with the information she had, she made the right choice, right? Yeah. Like, she's like, yeah, I need to give it to someone on another tribe, and I'm going to give it to someone who has a track record of kind of being silly. She didn't know that Ozzy was kind of linking up with Suri and telling us to the camera, I'm going to let her do the thinking for me. I'm just going to, play my game a little bit different, and then goes right back to doing the same game. I will say, though,
I would have loved if she was like, young people are stupid. I'm going to give it to Rizzo. I bet he'll play it right away.
No, honestly, here's the thing. If she had given it to Rizzo or Savannah, although I think, is she on the same tribe as Savannah? No, Savannah was on, whatever. It's going to take a minute to get these in there. But regardless, the point being, giving it to Rizzo or Savannah, if possible, would have been a terrible decision because they are unknowns to her.
Yeah.
Like, she does not have a read, but whereas Ozzy, he has this track record. So, yeah.
Yeah, though, this was a whole, like, it's weird to say after just one episode, but this was a horrible episode for Genevieve. And that, like, she got to the beach and she played a little differently and made a social game and built bonds and started building a good alliance on day one. And she has she has half of her tribe in her alliance. But her alliance, it was her, Q, who lost his vote, Colby, who lost his vote, and Kyle, who got medevaced.
Yeah.
So when they go to tribal, her alliance is 4. It's going to have 1 vote, just hers. And then she got the idol and couldn't keep it.
Yeah.
God, it sucks.
Like, okay, let's talk about the Billie Eilish of it all. Just because I'm like, okay, Boomerang Idol makes perfect sense. What's the point of saying it's the Billie Eilish idol? Like, it's just.
I assume that's the name of one of her songs. I don't know.
Oh, if it is, okay, that makes sense. But
I mean, it's very clear they just like asked her permission to use her name, and she has no idea what the hell's going on with that.
I mean, she might be a Survivor fan. You never know.
Oh no, I'm sure she is a Survivor fan because, like, I have a feeling they went. Well, aside from Mr. Beast, I'm sure they went and picked people who were actual fans. Like, well, maybe if they did, they got. We'll know sorry, I'm talking myself here for a minute. We will know if that's the case if there's a Sia idol, unless Sia's mad at them for some reason, but I don't believe she is.
No, I don't think she is. I know they stopped giving away the Sia prize, but I think it's because they asked her to stop.
Yeah, they're like, you're really Sia, we love you, you're great, but also you're really trivializing who wins if you're giving that much money to someone else.
Well, no, I mean she was giving a prize, and the fans didn't agree with who she gave it to, even though it's her
Oh
money. She
yeah.
can give it to whoever the fuck they want. And then they were complaining to CBS about who Sia because they didn't understand what was going on because it had become tradition and they didn't explain it every time all the way. You know,
That's fair.
so like they were just like, please stop, just do it in private. Like, what? Just stop.
You know, it's funny. I didn't know who Sia was at the time. I've heard some of her songs since then. She's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Unstoppable.
Yeah, yeah. Chandelier, good song.
Okay, I
there's
looked it up. No, Billy does not have a song called Boomerang,
No,
so
no,
I
she does not.
really have no idea why that's.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it'd be
that's
cool
not-
if like she's a fan and she came up with this idea because I think it's legit. It's a really fun idea for an idol.
Yeah, and it's the first time we've seen it, right? Because so what we learned, the other vote thing that we learned, and I didn't write down, is that the advantages that are in the game are wacky advantages. Well, what? How did they describe it? What's the
Dynamic.
impactful? Dynamic. There we go. I like wacky. Come on, let's go with wacky. So that's interesting. I'm happy for that. I don't remember what I voted, but also I feel like if they said vanilla, none, or dynamic, just by phrasing it that way, dynamic was going to win.
Yeah, they 100%, rigged it in their favor.
Yeah.
And beyond that, the statistics, like it's suspicious to me that all of the vote results that they're talking about all went the way you would expect production to have wanted them to go.
No.
I feel
So
like
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's just because they were obvious, what thing was going to win.
Yeah.
I wanted to
like
give them rice. I think a lot of people wanted to give them rice and give them supplies. Like,
No, they didn't.
let them go out and play their best game right away.
Well, even like here's the thing. Even if a lot of them did, 43% is a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was
that's true.
No, it's 47.53. So it's even closer than that. 47% is a lot of people. So I could see why people wanted the no,
Is
make them play.
Maybe
the
only 20 people voted. We don't know.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Well, because I'm bad at math, I'm going to say only 100 people voted, and 47 of them said, yeah. But yeah, so far so good with the votes. I don't remember the other things we voted on though. So, I mean, I remember there were like 3 rounds.
Something about marooning, I think.
Are we going to have a maroon?
Did we? Or am I just thinking because we used to have that bet all the time? But
yeah, we had a regular ass challenge.
Yeah. Good challenge. I like that it was multi-part, multi-stage. And
I think the challenges were pretty straightforward and a little vanilla. Like they're exactly, if you close your eyes and imagine a Survivor challenge, that's what they gave you. But it's fine because I'm not watching season 50 for the challenges and the producer twists. I'm watching season 50 because these are fan favorite characters, and I appreciate that in a vanilla challenge, I got what I wanted. Christian. Like it was the do the rings around the poles kind of a thing. Came out the gate, different strategy, slaughtered the puzzle piece, and got time up that way. And then Jonathan jumps in the boat and just is like strong. Like I saw the players I liked doing the things I like about them.
Yeah.
Camilla trying to fit under the log, but her big booty's not making it happen. Like I like watching that too. Not in a creepy way, but like that's Camilla,
Yeah, but also in a creepy way.
Yeah, also that too. She's a cutie with a booty. What can I say?
Yeah, no, I agree with you though. As far as like, it's cool to watch the people who are good at a thing do a thing. Like I actually really liked watching Ozzy just dominate the physical part of the Exile Island challenge, and because I am kind of a Schadenfreude enthusiast, I loved watching him whip on everything else there. But like that was really cool. Like Q, because Q is a very in shape, very canny, able player, and like see him go in and do all the stuff, and then just get completely worked by it. And he has that moment of like, oh my god, I'm not in Kansas anymore. Like that was impressive. And actually, so this is something I gave you guys some heads up on to like, I think that so far we're only one episode in. Q is probably the most improved player. Like, he is so much more chill this time. He's not bullying people yet. I mean, there's always time, but he's so much more chill. He's fun. He's funny. I'm liking him.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I think it's helpful that going into this season, everybody knows what to expect from Q.
Yeah.
Right? Like somebody said, like, I like somebody who's gonna shake things up around camp every once in a while. I'm gonna bring in Q. Like
Yeah.
if you want a minor chaos agent, and not in the gremlin-y kind of way of like somebody's just gonna start shit, somebody's just gonna do random crap that you can't predict. You want Q.
That is what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he seems pleasant this time around. I'm trying to remember. There were was Tiff on his season, or was that the season with Roman?
I think so. No, that was not Rome.
Okay, Rome. Yeah, I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna have to do a thing and find out who was all on the same season because I know there's a couple like Camilla and Kyle were on the same season. Alas, they are not gonna reunite. But at the same time, I really enjoyed watching Camilla like bonding with those women and saying like, I was on a season that was all honor and good vibes. I'm ready to throw some grenades.
Yeah, Camilla was like, I was fucking frustrated. It's not gonna happen
Yeah.
again. Is she on the tribe with Coach? That would be the best thing. I can't remember if she's with Coach.
I don't recall either.
Oh,
wait.
she is.
Yeah, we have it in our. I don't need my notes anymore. The only other notes that I had, I'm gonna load it up so that I have those. Actually, do you think so? Coach came into this wanting to be, play a little bit more different or whatever, a little more humble, a little more cannily, like I said earlier. Like he knew well enough to not promise anything to Ozzy.
Mm-hmm. He mentioned wanting to be more cutthroat.
Yeah, he mentioned that, and hey, good for him. But like when he came back from that challenge, having won, I feel like that might have been one of the worst things that could have happened for him as a play, like in terms of game. Like he needed a defeat to be humbled a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tricky because he wants to play a different game because he's played a few times and he's always talked about honor and integrity. And then the few times when it didn't work out, that's when it bit him in the ass, right? Like Ozzy calling him out might have actually cost him $1 million. That's what he thinks, right? And so, like, I think the honor stuff, he doesn't want to play that way this time because it doesn't work. But I think that stuff is a core piece of his personality. So, like, he can come here and say, I want to be cutthroat, but he's having a hard time. I could see it in this episode. Like, when Mike calls him out, when he, like, goes into a fugue state for a couple of seconds, I think he's trying to rationalize between the two. Like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be easier for him to be cutthroat in this one because now people like in all of these returning player seasons, he like these players know that they're there to play a game and they're there to be cutthroat. Like in his third season, the one where he got to the end but lost, he was still trying to be the good and honorable guy. But right now, I think what he's trying to do, like you said, yes, he's being more cutthroat. But I think he's also like, I'm not going to lie to anyone. I'm not going to say or make promises and then not deliver on them. That's my red line. That's my line in the sand that I'm not going to cross. But I will do something dishonorable, like, take it from Ozzy, even though that's not dishonorable, like to you, to me. But yeah, well, all of us agree. Yeah, that was the way the game worked. And honestly, frankly, Ozzy expecting people to go along with that was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Q was there angling for it too at the last second. Like, it's not like Q was the honorable player either.
Yeah. The only bit I was a little confused on, did they just have to get it back by any means, or did they have, sorry, when I say did they have to use the hooks, what I mean is obviously they had to use the hooks to knock it off. But like once it was within arm's reach, could they have grabbed it and then dragged it in, or did they have to drag it in with a hook?
I think they could have grabbed it when it got close to
Okay.
Because Ozzy tried to.
Yeah. Wow, that's real bad if Ozzy tried to and still didn't. Yeah. I like the other, like I said, the other player that surprised me was Mike, because he is now ripped.
Ripped.
He's
Yeah.
shredded, which it makes sense if. Like I remember, there's an episode of The Good Place where you see William Jackson Harper, who played Chidi, who
Uh-huh.
takes his shirt off, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "What?" And he said, like, "Yeah, I saw that in the script, and so for the rest of the season, I was like, I'm going to go on a diet because I want people to know how good I look." And I feel like Mike did the same thing where it's like, yeah, I knew I was going to be on the season. I had a couple months head start on it, so I figured, yeah, let's get all ketoed up or whatever.
Yeah.
And hey, also if he lives up to it, like if he is in good shape, like I think that'll do well because he's always had a good social game. Even in his first season, he was very well liked and he was decent in puzzle challenges. He was what, like 15 years younger, so he was only quote unquote only like 40 at the time, maybe a little bit older. But like, yeah, he if he is actually not strong, like he's not going to be Jonathan. He's not going to be. Was it
Joe.
Joe? Joe was the name of the guy that we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Hunter.
Yeah, yeah, Joe. Thank you. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, he's not going to be Joe, he's not going to be Jonathan. But like, if he's got some beef to them, I think he could go far.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to not be a liability, right? Like in the challenges, and that's kind of all you need to keep your like the first one or two times you go to tribal to keep that clean,
Yeah,
right? That's all you need. Because yeah, Suri was terrible, but it's not like Jenna was a standout physical player, and she's
yeah,
older. Like all of the reasons you would get rid of Suri, you could conceivably say might be Jenna next time too. You never
yeah.
know. Right. And so Mike very strategically takes off his shirt. Is like, I might be old, but I am not the easy out. Like, I am part of the strength of the tribe, as you can see.
Yeah. And speaking of that, personally, sorry, I don't mean to cut anyone off. Personally, I think they made the right choice because, like, Suri, yeah, she didn't do well in the challenge at all. But you can play around that. You can have her sit. You can have her do a less intense part or a puzzle part or something like that. But Jenna, the way that she was playing, she was kind of a wild card even at camp. And, like, I feel like that's largely due to, like, when she first played the first two times she was in the game, it was completely different. And now she's trying to adapt to it. But ultimately, it's kind of like she is playing for the first time because New Survivor is completely different.
Yeah. And I think there's a couple of people mentioned that, right? Like, God, who was it? It might have been Kyle even, who's like, New School Survivor is you build relationships first and then you build strategy second. Right. And so that going around and building those relationships first, that's the important part. And Jenna was like, I'm going to do that. And then she went and built the relationships by talking strategy. And that doesn't work. That pushes people away. And so it makes sense that they would get rid of her. And just in the way of like,
Yeah.
you're coming out here pulling a random name. And like, yes, Suri is a threat. And yes, all the things you're saying are true. But everybody here is a threat. This is all returning players.
Yeah.
And like, it
all
could have
kill
been
it, no
my
kill.
name just as easily as it could have been Suri. And that's scary to me.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's way too early to get rid of people because they're too likable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, like, everyone's likable. You can't.
I don't know about everyone, but most of them.
Yeah,
are.
that's true. That's
Okay,
true.
okay. Certainly not
but
Stephanie,
everyone-
known anti-Semite.
Yeah. But even like
Fucking
here's the thing,
Aussie.
like, yeah, well, okay, well, there's that. So the Stephanie thing of it is like she face to face, she is charming and charismatic. It's just that when she's on TikTok and says you're a Jew who owns 1% of the world's wealth, no, 1% of the population who owns, I don't know, like 20% of the wealth or whatever it was she said. It's when it's like that you're like, oh, you're crazy. And then
Yeah.
Ozzy,
Brian, are you 1%er?
yeah,
Just like
obviously.
by default, were you born into it?
yeah. What's
Because you're hiding
Brian,
it really well if you are.
Yeah. Well, he's their mole. You know what I mean? He's the one that
Yeah,
people
there you
are
go.
like, yeah. Oh no, yeah, Brian. He's not one of those world controlling Bilderberg group Jews. he's one of the good Jews. It's like, oh God. Yeah, no. I mean, okay. Here's like before the season started, I was like, I remember Stephanie. She's cool. I like her. I don't see why everyone's got such beef with her. But as we've covered before, I don't really pay attention to these people outside of the game.
Yeah.
So, like, apparently she had said a bunch of stuff in the past that was pretty shitty. I didn't know it. And then the other day, Eliza mentioned, or like, just kind of spilled everything and said, like, yeah, so this is what's going on. And I'm like, holy shit, she sucks. Fuck Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suri didn't quite.
Video, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I wish we had Eliza instead.
Yeah. Suri didn't quite say that in this episode. I mean, sorry, she didn't quite say that, but she did season 1 of Traitors, which I finally watched. And Stephanie's also in season 1 of Traitors. And Suri, if you watch it having known who Stephanie is, it's very clear that Suri's just like, I just want her gone. I just don't like her off screen. I just no.
That's interesting. Okay, that's really interesting because that's even more reason that I need to watch season 1 of Traitors. Like, I like Suri as a human being. Anytime she's been on TV, I've thought it's a charming and fun person. And to see her finally win, and then apparently, like, it got spoiled for me. It's fine. I don't care. But like the way that she did it by essentially convincing 2 other players to concede the game and let her win, but like make them think that it was their idea and that they would win if they conceded.
Oh yeah, no. If you watch Traitors, like watching Survivor, you get a taste of what they mean by social game. You know, you see them sitting around and talking. But Traitors is 90% social game. And so you put Suri in that environment where that's her strength, and she just it was insane. The way that she was able to play the game. I will say though, it's not a good show. You can watch it on 2x speed and not miss much of anything if you're going to watch Traitors.
No, what it's especially they've kind of captured the. Sorry to get onto a whole other show here, but they've essentially like season 2 and beyond. Actually, I guess really season 3 and beyond. 2 is kind of a feeling out process as well. They discovered, oh, this is what people want. They want to watch people do dumb shit together, like comedians that they know and actors that they know. They want to see that. It's kind of like an American panel show, but not quite good yet. But it's fine. Yeah,
I watched season 1 to see Suri, and it was good for that. And I know there's other players who I do like more, who go and play, and I don't have any interest in watching more of that show. It's just not my thing.
That's fair.
That's fine. But I will say, it is still a little crazy that Suri is still in this season. Like, I know they didn't make a wrong choice, but it says a lot about Suri's game that she's a known huge social threat. Like, Jenna was not wrong. She bombed the physical portion so bad that 2 of the best puzzle players in the history of Survivor couldn't make the time up, right? Like, we always say the puzzle's what matters the most. They have Emily and Christian on the same tribe.
Yeah. Wow.
And they couldn't make the time up. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, they
and not
like
that the
it
other
was
tribes
over right when they got there.
I know. Not that the other tribes don't also have good puzzle players. Like, that's the thing. People like puzzle players when they watch the show. So, you know, the other 2 tribes also had good puzzle players. But Christian and Emily, 2 of the known best puzzle players in the history of the game, couldn't make up the time, right? Like, that's how bad she did. And she's already got an obvious ride or die who is a challenge threat and an excellent shield. Any other season, Suri should be gone. I'm just saying. You can tell how likable, like, you don't see her being so likable, but you can tell by what happens, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. And let's not forget, she is a registered nurse, so she is very helpful around camp. Like, obviously you have medical, but she can, she can do a little bit of low-level medical stuff. You don't got to worry too much. Remember when she diagnosed Shane's diaper rash?
And we don't.
Sure.
They show it every once in a while. People's feet with weird boils and arms and legs with like random, like bruises and blisters and whatever, And it's just easy to be like, "Hey Siri, should I call medical for this?"
Yeah. Circling back to something that I just remembered, we did get a little bit of Eliza. We got her telling what's his name. That's not an immunity idol. It's a stick.
Oh yeah.
In the montage. I I really appreciated the montage because it gives, it really did give kind of like oh yeah, I remember this person, I remember that person, or that was an iconic moment, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So the montage was good. I hope it didn't come across that I didn't like it, but and I'm expecting there to be future, flashbacks and everything to folks. So yeah, I'm looking forward to how this season's going to go. I think so far, good episode, right?
I did. I loved the end of the montage where it shows Jenna on the airplane and then she opens her eyes and it cuts to her on the boat. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was a good cut. It was neat. I was like, all right, I'm getting hyped now. This is great.
Yeah, that's like a modern new Star Trek thing where they're like, yeah, let's have a real close up of someone's eyes, and then bam, they're somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. That is very tricky.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I've got anything else. Oh yeah, the only other thing that I've got two things. The first, Christian was saying that somebody else had made fire using their glasses, and I actually had a memory of this. And he explained he couldn't remember how they did it because it was convex lenses or whatever the hell it was. But the person that did, so he used two pairs of glasses to focus the beam. What the person did originally was they used like a bead of water or something like that on their lens, and then that, yeah, and they did that. And then second, that's kind of neat. I'm like, oh, cool, because I remember that lady who did it. She was on pace to win, and then just got completely shafted, to the point where she had an interview with Al Roker the next day, and Al Roker asked, "Do you have any hard feelings?" She's like, "No, it's fine. It's just a game." And then the other thing was, okay, so the Q and Aussie, do you think they made the right decision, or do you think something else should have happened?
Oh, Q giving up his vote to take like the supplies?
Yes.
I think it works out. Yes, what, Brian? Which way? Do you think they should have done a different thing?
They made the right decision because for Ozzy, he knows like he doesn't have to fucking impress them. They're all gonna think he's a fucking god anyway. And then for Q, they all think he's a giant fucking douchebag. So coming back with the supplies, it's gonna help him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all in agreement then.
Yeah. I liked how Colby was a little bit of the voice of the audience. Rizzo is annoying as hell.
Yeah.
And then later in the episode, I kind of like him. He's growing on me. He was my age when I first played. Like, I like that he's the voice, like, because I don't know about you guys. I had the same thing watching 49. Rizzo was annoying as hell. And then by the end, I'm like, yeah, he's a goober, but it's fine.
Yeah.
No, I still absolutely can't stand him.
For me, like I said, I may have even said it last season. Part of why I don't like him is just because he's so young, and like his youthful exuberance reminds me of what I used to be before I became this old, tired person who, speaking of tired people, it's 9:44, so we should start wrapping up.
But we haven't even talked about half the episode.
I gave you an entire breakdown of the episode. There was a lot more, but that's only on account of like they kept okay. I loved that they realized what we want to see, as you said, Andy, is we want to see our 24 players that we like talking to other people that we like. That's what we want. And so they gave us, out of a 2-hour 9-minute episode, that's what the runtime on it said, 2-hour 9 minutes. Yeah. So even more with commercials. Out of 2 hours and 9 minutes, we probably got a good, I would say, hour and a half of that. And so they gave us a lot. But after a while, it became, this is way too much minutia to write down. So I was just like, alliances are forming. But also,
all right.
As we've said many a time, alliances don't mean anything until you've everybody's stabbed somebody.
Yeah, you gotta test them first.
Yeah, and the Scylla alliance doesn't exist yet because they all stabbed the same person. So, I mean, great, they've all got blood on their hands, but like, it's a unanimous vote, so it's still not a real alliance.
All right, I'm gonna run through my notes really quickly, the things we didn't say.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I want people to be able to say all their notes and stuff.
All right.
But
Colby looks just like Will Ferrell, or very similar? Is it just me?
That's just you.
Okay, I think he
If
looks.
he had
I
curly
was watching
hair,
it. He
maybe.
reminds me of Will Ferrell. It was hilarious when they were all standing on the mats at the beginning, and they talked about Jenna from season 1, and then everybody clapped, and then season 49, and then Savannah had to start her own clap. That was great. I love that moment. The fashion show was great. Charlie also doing weird social game stuff, wearing Coach's toe ring and being
Oh yeah,
super
that was.
into it.
I forgot about that.
That was hilarious and kind of great. Jonathan is 110% in just the way, like, you remember, like, like Jeff is trying to give his little speeches, and Jonathan's like, "Yeah," the whole time talking over, and he's so loud and so affirmative. It comes through over Jeff's mic that is literally clipped like 3 inches from his mouth, and Jeff is loud, or Jonathan is louder. Yeah, I love that stuff. God, there's so much in here. I can't even. I can't go through this either.
Yeah,
Suri's saying I can't help if I give a Queen vibes. Yep, totally percent. Can't help that.
correct. Brian, you got anything?
I got two quick things I had to say. First, they proved that Ozzy's still the worst and Christian is still
Oh, yeah.
the best. God damn it. I said I was sorry, so he should have let me win. What a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I like the quick turnaround. They bury the hatchet, and then, like, within the hour, the hatchet's back in.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Although it was a one-sided hatchet fest, though. Like Coach didn't have anything against him until he found out that Ozzy was whining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a three-way tie for my favorite moment. The one you mentioned already was Colby's. Rizzo was annoying as hell. The second one was I don't remember what the second one is, so we're skipping that. But the third one was actually two people I hate. When Q and Ozzy, when after Coach leaves and they flip over the thing and they see that they're on Exile line, they're looking at it and they just fucking laugh.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how fucked are we?
Yeah. Like, oh, God damn it. Yeah. So, okay, I know you don't like Q, and that's fine. I'm not going to change your mind. But do you like him a little bit more now, or are you still like, okay, wait. At the end of the last season he was in, on a scale of 1 to 100, 0 being, or 1 being, cannot stand this guy, 100 being, I love this guy, 50 being, it's all right. Where were you at the end of the season that he was in?
Okay, like a 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where
he
are you
was
on him now?
he was real fucking annoying.
He was.
Well,
Yeah.
Like, he didn't say that much, really, so I don't know. Like, I don't know, like 10. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Just we're
10?
we're gonna have
Q,
until,
I am fucking pissed.
here's what I got an idea. We're gonna have a Q check-in with Brian. Unless like let's say, next episode he turns out to be a real piece of shit and he's like saying something mean about a person we love, like Christian. Like, how dare you bully that perfectly innocent man who we have now proof Christian is had sex.
Yes.
So
but it's
good for him
it's
being
a
dad
secret.
now.
It's a secret, though. Nobody on the island knows.
Yeah. I love that he's got that dad strength now. So good for him. Like, anytime an NHL player has a kid, like, the next time they're in a game, they like score a couple of goals or do something really great because it's like they got that dad energy in them. So good for Christian. He's got the dad energy. Oh, the other thing that surprised me was this is only 2 weeks after the end of season 49.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be a little bit more of a turnaround. So Savannah and Rizzo coming back, that's a real big deal. Good for them.
Yeah. They pretty much went home and turned it back around.
Yeah. Turn it and burn it. That's great. They had enough time.
So they're getting new jobs after this is over.
Oh yeah. It's like, well, unfortunately, remember, I think Savannah was unemployed. So yeah, good for her. This is very good exposure. And so far, Rick Devens has done the news desk thing. So
yeah,
that's a good transition into fantasy, because I forget how the scoring on that bet works. But yeah,
basically that's a 4 or nothing. Sorry, yeah, 4 points if Savannah and Devens do their newscaster thing together. That's the bet, and Brian gets 2 points if they don't. So now,
I thought we also had I thought one person took one will do it, the other won't. I thought we
No,
had three
Nick,
iterations.
you and I both took the they're going to do it together. It's going to be
Oh,
awesome. We
okay.
were both excited for it at the time. But yeah, other bets. We didn't have. Well, we did have one resolved, but there are two that you're out of. Nick, you're out of the touchy feely Deadpool. You had Jenna for that one, and she wasn't just here for the joy of it. She was here to game. I
That's
think
true.
Sari might have gotten that one, but we had Christian and Coach for those. And then the Liz pool, who will have a freak out. Brian had Jenna. Sorry, Brian, it wasn't Jenna. She didn't freak out. She was kind of pissy when she got voted out, but that's just to be expected. It's okay. And then
Seemed pretty calm to me.
we have our no in the exit interview. In the exit interview, she was pretty annoyed. I think. How long till
she was like, I hope they all lose. That's not really like whatever.
Whatever. And then we have a how long till I find an idle bet. And Nick, you had said episode 1, and you were right.
I did.
You got the but it took an extra 40 minutes of show for that Billie Eilish.
Episode 1.5.
yeah. But you got those points. We're going to count that. Our pick winners are all still there. And all of our other stuff. You want to go to Oooshow.com on the left. If you click on fantasy, the bets are all there. And we'll get into scoring. Fuck, I didn't add them up. What was that? 8. Spoilers, sorry. 7. Oh, shit. All right, I'm coming to the week starting out in last place. I have Christian, Camilla, and Angelina. Christian got me 3 points because he went to tribal and survived. That's kind of like playing with fire, and in this game, fire represents your life. So that is the most points you can get for a single thing, is going to Premier's tribal and surviving. Camilla was on Kahlo, who won the immunity challenge in first place. So now that's 2 points this season. If you're in a challenge, a 3-way challenge that has a first and a second place that both quote unquote win, first place gets you 2 points, second place gets you 1 point, which is why Angelina got me 2 points. Because her tribe won the Marooning Challenge, which was 1 point, and then got second place on the Immunity Challenge, which is the second point. So it's 7 for me, from Christian, Camilla, and Angelina. Brian, you had Jonathan, Chrissy, and Genevieve. Jonathan and Chrissy both got you 2 points because they were also on Kahlo, who won first place in the Immunity Challenge. And then Genevieve got you 2 points for finding the idol, winning the Marooning Challenge, and second place in the Immunity Challenge. So that is 8 points for you. And Nick, you're skyrocketing into first place with Coach Joe and Riz God. Coach gets you 4 points because he won an individual reward in the fight for supplies, and he was on Kahlo with first place for the Immunity Challenge. 3 points from Joe because Joe survived Premier's Tribal, and then 2 points from Rizgod because just like Angelina and Genevieve, won the Marooning Challenge and second place in the Immunity, plus the 3 points from the How Long Till an Idle Bit. So that's 12 for you, Nick, with Coach Joe and Rizgod, 7 for me, and 8 for Brian. I have Christian, Camilla, and Angelina. Do I want to make any ad drops? I feel like one of us needs to have Ozzy. Just because he's got an idol and an advantage.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to have him. I'm gonna
you can have him.
I'm gonna drop Angelina. As much as I like her, I don't see her winning me points anytime soon, and I don't think you guys are gonna take her. I feel safe in that.
Yeah, so no. Angelina's gonna table.
I'm gonna take Ozzy. And if he gets voted out with the idol in his pocket, then fuck me, right? So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm dropping Angelina, picking up Ozzy. How about you, Brian? You got Jonathan, Chrissy, and Genevieve.
No, I'm just like, oh, good. Now you could lose Ozzy, and then my player will get an advantage.
Yeah, then she'll get the idol.
I'm good with my team. I'm not sold on Rizzo yet. I think it's a little bit of a risk to have him, but yeah, no, I know. Nice, but I live life close to the wind, so I think I'm gonna ride that wave. I'll keep him.
All right, then we're all done with fantasy.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, season's off to a strong start so far. We'll do our Q check-in next week, and we'll see if what that Q stock is at. In the meantime, I don't know. Have a great day.
You too.
Don't be a Stephanie in a world. Yeah. All right. See you guys next week. Goodbye. Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise to find out. Like, I was like, oh, she probably said some bonehead stuff, whatever. And then I heard the bonehead stuff. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's hypocritical for you to say that when you're a Jew. I'm like, whoa. definitely La
she didn't just say
Grossa.
when you're a Jew, when you're a fucking Jew, and she did.
That's
she put
true,
the.
yeah.
She put the
Yeah.
She put some English on that fucking too.
Yeah, yeah. Like, okay, so let's see.